Hey y'all, the time is almost here. May 12th is almost here. One of the most anticipated games of the year is almost here. That's right. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom drops May 12th, and I know everybody is excited. And I just wanted to get together and just talk real quick, have a discussion about what are people looking forward to the most, how do they feel about it, and what do they hope to see, and how they think the game's gonna go. So first and foremost, this is a discussion board. I just want to hear your opinions. It's gonna be a real quick one. I just kind of wanted to talk about what I'm looking forward to, some of the things we did here, and for anybody who hasn't seen any of the trailers or the gameplay that was made by Nintendo, I'm letting you know now that some of that will be used. So if you want to close your eyes and just listen, here's your warning. But other than that, let's get right into it. So most of us know that Tears of the Kingdom is a sequel to Breath of the Wild, which came out when the Switch released. And Breath of the Wild is often thought of as one of the best games of all time. Hell, even GQ magazine or whatever that was I saw on Twitter named Breath of the Wild as one of the best games of all time, like the #1 game of all time. And some people may disagree, but I do think that it was a game changer, and still to this day, games keep getting compared to Breath of the Wild, a game that's on the Switch, which people often say is a very weak and underperforming and outdated system. But you know what's not outdated? The fun that Zelda can bring you. And that's what I'm looking forward to. So can Tears of the Kingdom live up to the hype? So we all know that Breath of the Wild scored highly, it was one of the most rewarded games ever. And it scored a 97 on Metacritic. And I'm not the person that always just looks at Metacritic and say, hey, they're right. But I think Tears of the Kingdom has a very good chance of being that game that surpasses even Breath of the Wild. And usually sequels don't do that unless you think of things like Dragon Age 2 or Mass Effect 2 or the other Super Mario Brothers. But I think Breath of the Wild was built on a premise of the Wii U and the Switch and a new console. So I really think that Tears of the Kingdom is really gonna bring out what you can do in a Legend of Zelda game on the Nintendo Switch. And a lot of people think that this is the swan song of the Nintendo Switch. It's the last big game. So I think that they're pulling out all the stops. So a lot of vets from older games have worked together on this game, and there's so much that they said that makes me think that this game really is gonna be the one. I know a lot of people said that dungeons missing, the traditional dungeon, was something that they didn't like. And they did say in an interview that dungeons may be returning, and we saw a little bit of that in a lot of the trailers. Like, oh, that didn't look like a beast or anything. That looked like a real dungeon. It looked like something different. And that was one of the big question marks that a lot of people wanted to see, because many feel that Breath of the Wild is a great game, one of the best games, but it's not a Zelda game. A lot of people have that feeling that it's not the best representation of Zelda, and we know that traditionally Zelda has that formula where you get certain items to go through a dungeon. And people kind of wanted that again, but that wasn't what the basis of Breath of the Wild was. It was about exploring and doing things on your own. So if they were able to build on that and also include some traditional Zelda elements, I think this game really is gonna take off. And it's no surprise to anybody here, I feel like it. I think we all are looking forward to this game and think that this game is gonna be pretty damn well. But even in some of the interviews, they said a lot of things they wanted to do in the regular Breath of the Wild they couldn't do because it was originally developed for the Wii U. So I really do think we're gonna see accumulation of all the ideas they really wanted. And it's just, I think this game is gonna be, I think this is game of the year, I'm sorry. And if it loses, that's cool. We had a lot of good games come out this year, but I really think that this is the game of the year. It's gonna be another one of those games that you just can't deny that it's a masterpiece. With all of the new elements coming in, like the hand, the god hand, or what you wanna call it. Being able to be in the skies, and apparently we're gonna be able to be on the ground. Yeah, we're going back to the Hyrule that we saw in Breath of the Wild, but there's so much more to explore. Breath of the Wild, we are still discovering new things today, to this day. In Tears of the Kingdom, because if they could do that on Breath of the Wild, imagine all the things we're gonna be able to do in Tears of the Kingdom. And I think that's gonna be the best thing about this game, is that so many people will get to play it in a different way. You can approach things in different ways. So I really am excited for this game. I think everybody's gonna have a great time with it. How do you feel about Tears of the Kingdom? Let's go and wrap it up real quick. How do you feel about Tears of the Kingdom? I saw an ad today that gave me like a very nostalgic feeling, like it was a guy working class. Like it's just like he played this game and got a sense of relief of being in the world again. And I think that's what Breath of the Wild, that's what Zelda does, that's what Tears of the Kingdom does, that's what Nintendo does. They find a way to speak to your nostalgia, to your kid, to your this play all your worries away. And I think that's what Tears of the Kingdom is gonna do. And I'm very excited for it. Story elements, characters, the battle system, I just want to see what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be exploring this game a lot. So if you want to see more content on Tears of the Kingdom, let me know. But also, let me know what you're looking forward to most in the comment section, and make sure you like, subscribe. I may be streaming this on Twitch, but if not, be looking forward to this in the shorts and things like that. Again, I appreciate y'all for listening and watching. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.